Hello, hello. Today we are talking reality, transurfing, and pendulums. Pendulums are simply a thought structure that everyone thinks and it only wants your energy. And we're going to talk about how pendulums sense the energy of your potential and make other people behave in such a way that gets to you. And in sports, this happens often. We talk about favorite sports teams and even how to enjoy the game when things don't go your way. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathie Owen. I have been a certified fitness trainer and certified life coach since 2002. On this channel, we talk about fitness, having a growth mindset, habits, and even some reality transurfing. It's Tuesday, so we are talking transurfing on Tuesday. Today, we're talking a quote from the book. And actually, we talked about this quote last week, but today we're going to apply this quote to sports. Here's the quote: "The people that get in your way are not pendulums so much as they are their puppets." Pendulums sense the energy of your potential and make other people behave in such a way that will get to you. As a result, you get irritated and the harlequin jumps even higher. The pendulums makes it swing and receives the energy of your irritation. Vadim Zeland from the book Reality Transurfing. On October 11th, 2022, I experienced what was probably the best moment of Astros baseball history in all of my 50 plus years of watching the game. I grew up a huge Astros fan. My father has a PhD in math and is actually a very brilliant man. Me, on the other hand, I'm smart, but math skills, I think they skipped a generation. To bond with my dad, I watched sports and went fishing with him. I have two brothers who played baseball and know the sport very well. And I have two sons who also love the game. Baseball is my sport, and I love the Houston Astros. However, I also understand the pendulum and actually feel empathy for those who end up on the other end of the spectrum, as in losing. That is everyone except for, well, let me think about that. The Yankees? Yeah. The Astros have actually always been a losing team. Maybe not for the last 10 years, but they have in the last 50 before that. And in fact, the first time they made it to the World Series was in 2005, and they lost every game they played in the World Series. They didn't even win one game. Talk about disappointment. That dang pendulum. So the Astros are currently in the playoffs of 2022. And in game one versus the Seattle Mariners, we struggled. You never see Justin Verlander struggle the way he did in this game. And we were behind the entire game, something I've grown accustomed to. But I was watching the game, I was actually reading a book and sitting on the couch thinking, yeah, they're not going to win this game. We came to the bottom of the ninth. We were the home team. There were two outs, and we were down by 2 runs. There were two runners on base, and the go ahead run comes to the plate, and it's Jordan Alvarez. We call him the big man. I figured there was no way they would pitch to him that would be ignorant because the man can hit a ball out of the strike zone, out of the park. But I kept the game on just in case. First pitch, ball one. Yep, they're going to walk him, I thought. Smart move on the Mariners' part. But the next pitch that came, it was a little outside and one of Alvarez's favorite pitches, and he smacked the ball out of the park, way up in right field in the upper deck. I really could not believe my eyes. I heard the ball get hit. I wasn't looking at the TV because the pendulum had gotten my energy, but then I couldn't believe it. I I was screaming so loud that I scared my dog. I have watched that play, that hit, 100 times now, and it never gets old for me. My boys were actually at the game and they said the atmosphere was insane. The pendulum went wild. Dopamine was in high gear, and that could be the very thing that takes us all the way to the World Series and further. But this is not a sports commentary by any means, but in a huge fact, a lesson. Okay, we got to mention Jose Altuve and sports psychology. I really think Jose Altuve understands pendulums and he can teach us a great lesson on how not to become reactive and irritated so the pendulum does not get your energy. What happened to the Astros in 2018, 2019 could have been devastating. Instead, the team has turned the situation around and used the pendulum sway to their advantage. The Astros were caught in a cheating scandal where they were stealing signs and supposedly giving signals to one another so they could get hits. But there's something that the novice fan does not understand here. Stealing signs to identify which pitch is coming next has gone on since the beginning of baseball. It is actually a strategy used in baseball. And all teams have done it and did it at this time. The Astros were an easy scapegoat. Their fan base is small compared to the Yankees, Dodgers, and the Red Sox. And so is their pocketbook. Identifying pitches that are coming your way is one thing, hitting them is another. You still need to make a split second decision on when to swing and how to swing the bat in order to hit the ball. But that is where habit comes into play. Professional athletes of Altuve's caliber practice in their minds and are in the habit of how, when, and where to hit the ball. The cheating scandal happened in 2017. Today, now 5 years later, the Astros have the best record in the American League and are in the playoffs. As of recording this episode, as you know, we are in the playoffs in round one. And we still don't know the outcome, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Altuve knows how to handle the pendulum with class. He may have learned it, but he does know. Jose Altuve, Yuli Gurriel, and Alex Bregman are the only batters left from the 2017 team. And when they come up to bat at any of our huge rivals like the Angels or the Yankees Stadium, they are booed incessantly. Like, it's awful. I can't even imagine how they feel or how they've come to handle it. But Jose Altuve appears to do better when he is booed. It's actually quite funny. What he has done is conquered the pendulum, or he has made the pendulum sway in a different direction, away from him. We could all learn from his attitude and, enjoy the game. Don't get caught in the pendulum sway. Now, as a fan of the team, I have to take a different stance on the pendulum. I was listening to the Storytelling Lab podcast with Rain Bennett, episode 106, titled Cultivating Leadership Skills with Jerry Sandusky. And I'll have a link to the episode in the show notes and the description that I listened to. And Jerry Sandusky is the son of famous NFL coach John Sandusky. By the way, this is not the same Jerry Sandusky as the Penn State coach, as they are not even related. But in this episode, Jerry Sandusky talks about enjoying the game rather than getting caught up in the drama of the game. He talks about how most fans spend the entire game waiting for the outcome, and then they decide how they're going to feel. This is being caught in the pendulum's sway. As Vadim states in today's quote, the pendulum makes it swing and receives the energy of your irritation. Jerry proposes a great idea. Enjoy the game as a spectator of it all. Don't get caught up in the drama of the pendulum. Instead, sit down and observe, remaining neutral. This is not to say you cannot enjoy your team's win. Guess what? You actually enjoy it more. You quit making it about you because it's not about you. It is about the experience. Do you need help with this? I created a download to help you understand the pendulums in your life. Not all pendulums are destructive. Identify where you spend your energy so you can be released of the pendulum's pride, i.e., quit giving the pendulum the energy of your irritation. You can download yours today at www.kathieowen.com/reality-transurfing. I hope to see you there. In conclusion, this whole episode applies to life. How can you apply the enjoyment of things instead of giving in to the pendulum? Pendulums sense the energy of your potential and make other people behave in such a way to get to you. As a result, you get irritated and the harlequin jumps even higher. I'm definitely going to give this a try as the Astros make their way through the playoffs. And I'll let you know how that goes. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell so you never miss content from me. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. It helps so much. All right, that's my episode for today. If you know someone who can benefit from this, please share it with them. And until next time, I'll see you next time. Peace out and namaste.